partnership, and I want you to know that although I did not even take a breath before I said yes, remember, I was a little giddy because you had just presented me with wine and pumpkin pie and cheese, and when you got to your knees, I was ready to shout hell yeah before you even said a word. I know you've heard my answer already, but I want to say 3 things. 1, despite my breathless and unequivocal acceptance, I am not entering into this union lightly. 2, if that trifecta of indulgence is any indication of how this partnership will look, may I just say again, hell yeah, and at the risk of sounding redundant, I do. Chrissy Taylor, I do. Thank my lucky stars almost every day that I found you, or is it the other way around, you found me. Either way, I recall that night through my whiskey-hazed eyes when you said, in your unmistakable Australian accent, you said, something I don't remember at all, but I'd like to imagine that you said, let's be best friends, make sure this never ends, and be together forever. That was 7 years ago now, when we were all Dawson's Creek and shit. That was before we knew each other, and certainly before we knew ourselves, because you were straight and I was straight, or you were confused and I was bi, but it didn't matter, because you were you and I was I, and I loved you from the very beginning. With your endless supply of sweatpants, I turned a blind eye to your ladybug Birkenstocks and loved you even though you wore them. In hindsight, if it wasn't for them, I might have believed you were straight, because you did that thing with Brisbane and shit got weird for a while there. But I'm glad I was there then, because I swear when we're 95 sitting together, maybe knitting together, I will remind you that when I met you, you were lost and you found yourself. I've watched you surround yourself with so much love and so much truth that you built a home in your own mind, the kind that everyone stops to look at because it's so sturdy, it seems like it's always been there. So yes, I do glow with pride when I stand beside you. Apparently all humans are made of stardust, but maybe you're made of a different kind, because I've watched you shine more times than you've burnt out. What is it that makes you light up from the inside? Are your insides made of rainbows? And I do know that it's not always easy to love me unconditionally, but you have. Like when you used to visit me in my closet before I even knew I was in there. It's true. You probably saw it coming from miles away, but you never told me my haircut was gay. You kind of just said, nice haircut. And when I told you that I was getting married, you were all, fuck yeah, I got your back. And then, when I told you that I'm sick of my closet, you opened the door for me and told me that you've still got my back. I've lost track of the amount of times you've picked me up off of sidewalks from the airport from my own rock bottom. And I don't know why, but I've only seen you cry a few times, it seems, and you've seen me cry rivers of sadness. And somehow, you've always known to let me float in my pain just long enough before throwing me a line. You're fine, you'll say. A bottle of wine should do the trick. And it works, almost every time. And when it doesn't, I know you'll be there to catch me at the bottom of the bottle, scoop me up, and tell me that I'm stronger than I think. And I know that you think I am. And that helps. And even though